Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aspire Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyler, along with my co-hosts, Kyle and Ryan. Oh, Kyle. Yeah, I'm
Too early to
watching
get
this.
blood pressure going like that. Dude.
I know, right? Look at him. Oh, come on, Glenn!
I gave you one strict instruction, and you're over here. How good do I look today?
I was listening to the intro.
Follow up on that zit.
I was listening to the intro over here.
All right, let's go.
All right. Anyways, we're here. We'll be able to answer any of the questions that you guys have. We're going to be breaking down some of these games and COVID and all that fun stuff today. So if you have any questions, ask in the chat.
Is that a dab?
Who is that? Art. Hey, what's up, Art? Hey, we got
Art.
one follower. He says, Kyle and Ryan look different. You guys know who that is?
I did shave my mustache. So.
Yes, he did. He's not looking like Pedro anymore.
It might have something to do with it.
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the big news. It looks like the Patriots and Denver game has been moved to next week. So make sure you get them out of your lineups. Oh, no. That's so shitty, though. Honestly, it's pretty unfortunate that happened. And you have another, I believe it was a coach, Tennessee coach, test positive today. So if you have, Buffalo, Tennessee players, it's really looking dicey, and I'd really play a conservative and go with anybody. I know Ryan did here. So, Ryan, why don't you talk about your decision here?
What, about moving those guys out?
Yeah.
For the Tuesday game? Yeah, I was gonna. You would think with the Patriots and the Broncos getting pushed back, you'd think something might be stirring. They're probably just working out the details of where they're getting moved to, if possible. So that Tuesday game, we made the executive decision after talking to you, Ty, that we're moving those guys out. What did I do? I put in.
I don't remember who you put. Yeah, DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, and then
that was it. Yeah, I mean, but you got I don't know. I'd rather have points for sure than
decision after
maybe points. It's not looking good this week, and I really don't think that it happens. And if it does, oh well. At least I think you made the right decision, though.
Yeah.
So let's talk about. Have you looked at the bets yet? Some of your favorite bets.
I looked at a couple. Let me pull it back up. I like Ebron. I think will have a good day against the Eagles.
What are you using? Is this FanDuel or DraftKings?
I'll look up DraftKings. That's just what I pulled up right here. Yeah, I like Ebron. And so I don't know. I didn't look up this stats. I just know the Eagles can't cover
tight end.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. 40 seems like a lot for him, but the Eagles are completely unable to cover tight ends in any capacity. So he'll probably score a touchdown as well. I've been included as an anytime touchdown scorer in one of my parlays I put together.
I get why he said that, because your name is above mine, Ryan, and my name's above yours. I didn't realize I did that. I can move him right now.
I thought it was just because you didn't have a mustache anymore.
Yeah, me too. Hear him.
And I haven't showered since drinking last night.
Games are potentially canceled. The games that are potentially canceled are honestly Buffalo and Tennessee. A Tennessee coach tested positive today, so
fire him.
It is. It's looking pretty dicey. And if they already canceled the Broncos game, New England game, I don't see how they don't cancel this game. So the only reason why I think that they're holding on hope is because they don't want to have to do 2 games for Tennessee now. That's the only reason why I don't think it's been canceled. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure it would have been canceled. So looking really dicey. So let's go ahead and.
Oh, it's Chris Grow.
Yeah, it's Chris. So I'm just going to go on Twitter here and use the hashtag fantasy football advice. And I'm going to do a couple starting sets here, the top ones here. So
actually, I had someone ask me a question.
Oh, go for it.
Sure, Max. Dawson, shout out to Dawson Scotch if he's ever going to listen to this, but he asked me if he should be starting Houston's defense or Jacksonville's defense. They play each other.
Who did you tell him?
I didn't. I was gonna use this as a plug to make sure he listens to this and then say we answered it in the in the video.
Geez, I don't like either one of them really.
Yeah, I don't know what the other options are. That this is what it came down to, but
if this what it has to come down to, then I mean I'd go Houston just because they're the favorites in this game and I expect them to win, but I wouldn't feel good about it.
Yeah. The over/under is 50. Can you pick a different game? Oh my gosh.
One that I do like, I picked them up this week, are the Browns, because I think that's going to be a low-scoring game, and they're both good defenses, and I'm not a believer in Colts being high-scoring offense, so I think that'd be a defense I would go out and try to pick if you have an option. So.
You trying to say Rivers isn't the guy?
Well, and Costanzo, is that what his name is? Anthony Costanzo? He's out this game, so hey. Is he the left tackle?
I don't remember, but he is their best offensive lineman.
Oh, what about Quinn Nelson though? I think
yeah.
he is.
Well, he did get manhandled by Cam Hayward last year. Literally manhandled. Did you
think so?
That?
I don't remember, honestly.
It was either last year or the year before. If Ben's in here, he'll know what I'm talking about. He literally manhandled him like a child.
Like a little child?
Yeah, like he literally threw him to the. I mean, it's pretty awesome to watch if you're a Steeler fan.
I'm gonna put this on Facebook.
That doesn't mean he's not good, obviously. Yeah, he's one of those two are some of the premier offensive linemen.
Did you put this
Rivers
on Facebook?
What?
Just like share it or anything?
No, I didn't.
Is Kyle the spokesperson for Gillette? Are you, Kyle?
I'm more of a Barbasol kind of guy. I like the aloe. The aloe. I like the classic stuff for the ladies. And then I throw on some Tommy Bahama Musk that I bought from Big Lots for $4.25.
Did I not? Oh, there we go. I need to copy this link and share it.
I did do the mustache for you, though, buddy. That was for you.
So let's take a question here. Yeah, go ahead, caller. Okay, good question. All right, so we have a question here. Devontae Freeman or Malcolm Brown, Ryan? Who do you go?
Malcolm Brown.
Oh, really? I'd go Freeman.
Well, Pat asked me a little bit ago about Freeman, and then I talked myself into knowing that they're going to have to pass the ball. But then again, Freeman was catching some passes last week as well. I don't.
Cam Akers comes back this week. I don't like anybody in that. I have no idea what's going to happen in that backfield for the Rams. Yeah. Don't like it. I'm avoiding it. I'll take Freeman. I don't feel good about it. It's and I don't feel good, but I'd go Freeman.
Oh, I have a question from caller Ryan Hokie.
All right, Ryan, go ahead.
In a 2-quarterback league, Burrow's the one that I know I'm keeping him, but the other one, do you play Danny Dimes or do you play Gardner Minshew?
Danny Dimes, baby. I'm a believer this week in Danny Dimes. If not now, there's a lot of if not now, when questions this week. I mean, you got it for Drake, which we've been saying it for Drake for a little bit now, but truly, if not now, when? DJ Moore, if not now, when? Danny Dimes against a very beatable Dallas defense, if not now, when? Like, these are the make or breaks.
He's gonna have a day. And you might another guy who hasn't broke out yet is Evan Ingram. I mean, didn't he have a pretty good game last week? So
yeah,
he's one of those
especially
guys
for where he's drafted.
He could have a really big week this week too.
That's a good question though. Thanks, Ryan, for listening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm posting this on Facebook here. Let's see, what's another question? So, and we already kind of touched about this, but this is like a common question. Do you leave Diggs in or Josh Allen in, or do you find a backup plan? What do you think, Ryan? Go ahead and answer that question again.
Well, obviously the fact that it's Tuesday throws everything horribly, and I think you have to just make the decision now to just take them out. Because it will probably, I guess, what they're canceling, they'll probably cancel at some point later today, after the 1 o'clock games, I'm assuming. So by not changing them now, you're hampering the ability of who you're going to be able to pick up. if you make the decision to leave it as is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just make the decision now, as long as you have backups that you have some sort of confidence in. Just like put him in now. I mean, most people I'm sure have a backup plan beyond Josh Allen because he was probably drafted as your QB1 for the most part. But I'm sure most people probably had a backup plan as far as drafting someone with some upside behind him.
We do have another question that I feel like we should probably answer, guys.
Well, Chris just asked one. Are you talking about that?
Yeah. Would you start Jimmy G in any scenario ever?
Ever?
Yes, I would. I think he's a good start this week.
If
I like him
he's
this
the
week.
last quarterback on the waiver wire, sure.
Do you think Cam Akers gets put in his role as a... No, I don't think so, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Brian. I know you drafted him high in all your leagues, but I don't think so. And it showed last week. I think everybody was like, "Oh, Darrell Henderson, look, he's the guy now." And Sean McVay even said it. And then you go into that game, and he's not the guy, and he gets what, like 8 carries, and Malcolm Brown's 9. I mean, you just don't feel good about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't feel good about it. Oh, Kareem Hunt, top 5 running back this week? I don't know. It's a really tough matchup, but he certainly has the ceiling to be. What do you think? What do you guys think? Top 5 running back this week?
I don't think there's going to be enough points game for him. Like, not that you need a high scoring game, but you kind of do if you want to be a top 5 running back. I feel like you either need to have obviously a lot of yards or get some put it in the end zone a couple of times, and I just don't see the Browns putting up those kind of numbers in a game. Yeah, I knew the Colts do have a couple injuries on their defense, but I'm still not loving that matchup.
No, I agree. I think he certainly could be, because you're going to have running backs who are going to be out. I mean, possibly like Derrick Henry, possibly going to be out this week. You have Aaron Jones on bye week this week, so you have some guys who aren't going to be there. So he could definitely be. I could see him getting a couple touchdowns if this game is low scoring and he falls in the end zone. But yeah, I do agree.
I do think this game is a true test for Indianapolis' defense too.
I think it's a true test for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is because I do think the Browns are proving themselves as a legit team. Honestly, I mean, I don't think they're gonna, have an incredible season, but I do think they're gonna be at least better than I was expecting. So I think it's a true test for Indianapolis' defense, and it's a true test for their offense.
We'll see who's really the better team.
Defense. Yeah, I mean, genuinely.
Obviously,
two teams are. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up between who's better, other than records.
No, I agree. I think this is a good game. I'm excited for this game. So let's see. Does Wentz man up and beat the Steelers? No, ain't happening. Ain't happening. He already did beat the Steelers before, though. So he has beaten them.
He was also running off a lot of momentum back then.
Yeah, they pissed all over the Steelers 4 years ago.
Yeah, they did. They were really good though then. Now they're not half the team that they are.
Yes. Ludi, Justin Jefferson is going to ball out tonight. He's one of my favorite plays this week, and if he doesn't go off, I'm going to look like an idiot. Another guy I've been talking about is Jerick McKinnon. I can't wait. Hey, if and this is what I've said on Twitter. If you have, we got an hour, less than an hour and 20 minutes now. If there's a Jerick McKinnon in your league, owner in your league, you go out to that owner, you offer some trades, because this is the last week you're getting Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon's going to go out. I'd imagine he's going to share the backfield right now with Mostert, eventually take it over, and he's going to be a top 15 play for the rest of the year. You heard it here first. Take it to the bank.
Dude, you're ripping the hearts out of Mostert owners right now.
I am, but I'm sorry. The whole talk at camp was Mostert, or not Mostert, it was McKinnon. They loved McKinnon. Last week, you know how many snaps Jeff Wilson played last week?
I mean, he had quite a few rushes, but he didn't.
How many snaps do you think he played last week?
12.
He had 6 to McKinnon's 67.
Jeez.
He had six snaps last week to McKinnon's 67. If Mostert was there, do you think that would have happened?
No,
I don't know.
Saw the field.
I think they love McKinnon.
Well, you got to think too. They have a lot invested in the guy.
They do.
They haven't played him yet. He's always hurt, so I think they've just been waiting for him to finally play.
The bounty gate with Richie, yes, he was quite the What do we always do? Like grab your head and stick out his leg and trip you. That was his signature tackle. Grab you by the head, stick out his leg, and throw you to the ground. And then he'd walk away like
And
pissed.
he would talk shit. Yeah, he would talk shit to you because you were mad that he almost broke your neck.
Now those were the Richie tackles.
Yeah, everybody left in a neck brace after playing with Richie.
Oh boy. Anyone? So how about this one? I see this a lot too. Michael Thomas. Do you feel good about playing him?
No.
Do you think you'd start? Say somebody has Justin Jefferson. Are you going to play him over Michael Thomas this week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I don't feel good about Michael Thomas. They have a bye week next week. To me, it makes most sense if they just sit him. Why rush him back? I guess you need to kind of win, but I think they can still win without him this week.
If they feed Kamara, whatever.
They will.
Fuck his name is. I've heard his last name say so many different. Said like I don't even know what it is.
I think it's Kamara.
Yeah.
But hey, what do I know? Pick two out of these: Kenyon Drake, Jerick McKinnon, or Antonio Gibson.
Oh, I love Antonio Gibson.
I'm gonna go Gibson and McKinnon.
Gibson
this is a tough one because owners can be in this situation for sure, depending on. I am right now. Do you start Gibson?
Correct. Okay.
Do you start Gibson over Sanders, Miles Sanders this week?
No, for real. They on NFL Network they're doing this now. We're not allowed to call ourselves owners anymore. We're managers.
Okay. So, fantasy managers, who do you start, Gibson or Miles Sanders?
I would. You can't ask me that because I'll give a completely biased answer.
You'd say Sanders.
Kyle.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think you have to, but if you definitely wanted to go with Gibson, I wouldn't fault you. The only thing with Gibson though, he saw a lot of touches last week, but didn't play that many snaps.
You say Miles Sanders?
Yeah, Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I mean, I do like Gibson more, just because Washington's kind of like a. He's also another player who's just playing with house money, so he's just gonna probably go out and ball, do whatever he can. Whereas Philly, I don't know. I haven't seen much from Sanders this year, so I'm sure Ryan would agree. He's a little bit worried about that offense.
I'm not worried about.
Oh, okay.
What? You cut out.
I'm not worried about Miles Sanders.
All right, hold on real quick. I got a
terrible,
question here. Pick three: Hopkins, Thielen, Lockett, or Diggs. I'm gonna pick. Diggs is sitting out for me this week, just because, we kind of talked about. But
did you answer Hoover's question? Is that what you're answering?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Hoover's question. Yeah, just because like we've talked about, I'd feel more comfortable just getting the for sure points rather than worrying about is this game going to happen, because I don't understand how it's going to happen. You already had a test positive today. This game should be canceled. But they don't want to. This is my theory. They don't want to because then they have to, schedule 2 games for Tennessee now. And this is going to completely mess up the schedule. So I think I wouldn't trust Diggs this week. I love Diggs. Love him season long, but not this week.
There's another great question in the chat. We'll answer Richie's next, but Brian Pitlars, he asks, whose fault is it that the Titans had so many positive tests? I only have one answer for you, Brian, and that's China. It's China's fault. Okay? They could have done something about it, and they didn't.
I agree.
Didn't one of the players come out and say that the league as a whole is just they're not prioritizing health, they're just prioritizing games being played? I thought I saw one of the players did that. So that would kind of go with your point, Ty, where they're just probably trying to be scummy and get this game played any way possible.
They don't care. And it's all about money. They got to be politically correct, though. But they don't give a shit. They just want the games to play. And I mean, honestly, some of the players do too, because I saw Melvin Gordon. He's pissed. He's been tweeting all day today. that they got this game got moved and everything. Like he's all fired up about it and stuff. I mean, a lot of the players don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. Real quick, this one right here, Will Ferrell. Yeah, he's going to be a good play this week.
Yeah.
Will Fuller or Robbie Anderson. I'm going Robbie. But I don't think you can go wrong with either or. Those are good plays. You skipped the important part. Marry one, kill part. Oh, okay. So you want us out of those receivers? I'd marry. Obviously, I'm going to marry Hopkins. Is this just for this? For if it's just for this week, I'm going to marry Hopkins and kill Diggs. I'm sorry.
Wow, our video's getting shut down in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we've already been censored.
Yeah. I don't
This
know.
isn't getting monetized.
Yeah, like that's what's fucked up is are the algorithms against us. We're not getting any viewers. We're getting silenced by YouTube. So you guys need to like and subscribe and share as much as possible to get the word out. We need to get the truth.
Are you gonna break for our sponsors?
Oh yeah. So
Let's
quick
take a
word
break.
for.
So Raycons by Ray J. They're better than Beats. Ray J did have sex with Kim Kardashian. So there you go. Buy them and you'll have sex with a Kardashian.
That's
Something
true.
to think about.
Which one do you prefer? You probably prefer Chloe.
No, I do like Kylie before the Botox and the.
She has
before
gotten a lot of
everything.
Botox.
She's gotten everything done. I think that.
It is
can't
kind
be
of
done.
weird.
I think it's disgusting. Sorry if you're watching, Kylie.
She might be. We have a lot of people in the chat right now.
A lot of
I have a
cuties.
fun question. I have a fun question.
Go ahead.
Cheeseburgers do sound good, Tanner.
So let's see. Inactives. What
Wait.
did this? Oh, walk us through 1 p.m. actives.
What's your
Wait,
question?
Sorry, Matt.
Go ahead. Who's that?
How many weeks do you think, or if at all, do you think before Alex Smith is starting in Washington?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably not long. Did you see the?
I don't think that they're gonna play. I think Kyle Allen's gonna play well this week.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yeah. It's not a bad projection. Did you see the Get Out thing with RG3 talking to Dwayne Haskins?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Oh shit. And that's how I feel about Alex Smith, dude. He's gonna like break his leg or something. It's inevitable. He's gonna get injured. You see, when he decided to play again, everybody's like, "No, don't."
All right, let's go through. This is a good idea. Richie said let's go through some of the inactives. So, biggest inactive, Julio Jones inactive. Are you surprised? Not me. Lamar Jackson active. Still can't throw a football, but he's active. Marquise Brown active. Mark Andrews active. Joe Mixon active. John Ross inactive. Does that surprise anybody? No. T. Higgins, he's a stud now. Get used to it. Ruggs active. Le'Veon Bell activated off the. He's got check down Flacco this week. So I think right now player prop bet for him is over 2.5 receptions. I like the over because Flacco's going to check it down. Deshaun Jackson out again. Does anybody still have him on their roster? Alshon Jeffrey out again. Surprise anybody? Dwayne Haskins is inactive today. They even made him inactive. Wow. Fallen from the graces, huh? CJ Henderson is inactive. Yes. CJ Henderson inactive. All the Houston players. That means that they're without CJ Henderson now and DJ Hayden. I love Houston.
Oh my God!
Right.
Fuller's gonna go off today. Jeez.
I don't know if it's 60. I think it was at 66 was Will Fuller's player prop bet.
I'll have that on one touchdown.
Jacksonville secondary was already having injury problems at the beginning of the year, so God. That is
this is very good for Houston. So if you have Will Fuller today, as long as he doesn't get hurt, that's the only thing with him. As long as he doesn't get hurt, yes, big game. 66.5, yes, I like the over for Will Fuller.
And isn't Richie Turry's inactive for a high ankle sprain, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Yeah, something. And his
he
elbow.
gives.
He's thrown too
Yeah.
many tutties last time. He does that sidearm Jay Cutler. Is he in here?
He was. Let's see. This is a good question. Hopkins, Diggs, Cup, Lamb, and Metcalf. You have to bench 2. Oh shoot, I misread that question. I answered it and I misread it. Who would you bench? Diggs, obviously. Then who's the other? Who?
Oh, is it in the chat?
All of them again. It was Lamb.
Hopkins. So you're benching Diggs. So Hopkins, Cup, Lamb, Metcalf.
Probably Cup.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of looked poopy last week.
I'd rather have Lamb and Metcalf over him. And then obviously Hopkins, yes.
Right.
Oh, this is a good one. Malcolm Brown or Ernest Johnson?
Ooh.
The real question is how many snaps he plays this week. Is this going to be a true timeshare with Ernest Johnson and Hunt? I think Hunt's going to be probably like 60-40 maybe. Oh, I think.
And don't they get another guy in there as well? Hilliard, doesn't he play a little bit as well?
I just know that they're going to want to run the football like as much as possible, and they're not going to give Hunt 26 carries. So Ernest Johnson's definitely going to be involved. It's just how much is he going to truly be involved? But I mean, that's probably like the same split you're really looking with Malcolm Brown now because he has Henderson and Akers. So I like Henderson more, just my opinion.
You know what we should do? We should just go pick a game and everyone takes a long shot. Who do you think scoring the first touchdown so people can?
All right, let's do it.
All right,
we'll start with Kyle because he's good at these ones. These are Kyle's favorite bets.
Ooh.
Touchdown. All right, so Kyle, first touchdown in the Houston-Jacksonville game. Who scores the first touchdown?
I'm gonna go with. Is Chark healthy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with them because I do think they might get lucky. They're gonna win the toss, and I do think Gardner Minshew is gonna set a statement on the first drive. Gonna be 5 plays, 90 yards for a touchdown to DJ Chark. Bold. But hey, I don't know. I mean, other than that,
You say Chark?
Yes. Other than that, Fuller's a pretty safe bet. Maybe even David Johnson. Honestly, David Johnson could.
I wonder what the odds are for Chark. What are the odds?
I figured his
plus 900.
Yeah, his are. So it's not a. If they win the face-off, or the
face-off,
if they win the coin toss, I could totally see him being Jacksonville's scorer.
Taylor wants to know which team has the best outfits. The Browns. The Bronze. No, the Steelers. You can't go wrong with black and gold, baby. What about you, Ryan? Do you want to do the same game? Who do you think? Who would you? Do you have the odds pulled up right now? Are you looking at them?
While you're doing that, let me make it a point. We have 9 viewers and 1 like. So if everybody watching, most of you have a channel right now. Could you give us a like? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll give you kisses.
Good plug.
All right, I have them up.
All right, so looking at the odds, who would be the one that you would pick? Because the odds do factor in.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think it's gonna be Will Fuller on like a long touchdown.
That's who I was gonna possibly pick as well, but I'm gonna go with kind of not a crazy one, but I'm gonna go with Randall Cobb. He has a really, really good matchup in the slot this week with no Hayden.
And I do think with first touchdown scores, you don't really always want to just go for who you think is going to be the obvious guy because you really don't know. Like
it's very random.
Yeah,
especially in this game.
Especially in the first drive because some teams may have no idea what the other team's going to do and they game plan around it, but they still may have no idea. So second half adjustments will come, things will change, but you never know.
Ooh, let's go to this beautiful game: the New York Jets and the Cardinals. Who do you think is going to be the first touchdown scorer? Kyle, go ahead.
The Jets and the Cardinals.
Smash the over on Chase Edmonds receiving yards 18.5. You think so, Hoove? A lot of people like Chase Edmonds, but hey, Kenyon Drake still played 64% of the snaps last week, just so you know.
This is Le'Veon's comeback game, so I'll give him a shout out. Le'Veon, you're watching. You're always watching. So, score a touchdown for me today, buddy.
You know, and I'll go to Ryan. I went into Kohl's the other day, and they still have Le'Veon jerseys in there for Steelers.
Were they like
yes? Were they what? $4?
Yeah, how much were they?
Might as well be like give them for free. Like who wants to buy a Le'Veon Bell jersey? I mean, come on.
They should just do what they did after that one Super Bowl, or maybe they do after all the Super Bowls. So all the extra clothes, they send them to like some third world country and just give them.
China. Yeah, they should though.
People that buy those jerseys are like your aunt, your like 30 or 50-year-old aunt who like says she's a
getting
fan
a
of
deal.
Team. Yeah,
shout out to Aunt Sherry.
Steelers. Yeah, like or like our Aunt Sherry. Like, oh, Sherry, if you're watching, we love you, but you're not like a avid fan.
Would you trade Chase Edmonds for Debo in a PPR? Yeah, I love Debo. I can't believe you did that trade. Because here this is what I factored in, Brian. I'll just run you through my thought process real quick. My thought process was you have Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers on your bench. Now you're gonna have Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds. So you're limiting your bench right there. I get Debo in the I'll take it in the 3 wide receiver league with a flex.
Let's put it this way: Tyler is not a believer in Brandon Ayuk. Let's put it that way.
It's not that I'm not a believer. It's just Debo's so good. Anyways, we have to continue on with this. Ryan, first touchdown score. Who you got?
I have a long shot for this one.
Ooh, let's hear it.
I like Christian Kirk. I think it's going to be Christian Kirk.
What's his odds right now?
Plus 2,200.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
I don't even think does he have a touchdown yet this year?
No.
I don't think he's played it. Has it been 2 games or? I'm gonna go with a really, really deep one here, and I'm gonna go Flacco. He's gonna rush it in a corner. Can you imagine that? Rush into the corner of the end zone, reaching the ball over the pylon. Let's go Flacco. All right, let's go to the next game. Let's see. The Panthers and the Falcons. This is gonna be a good one. All right, first touchdown scorer. Who you got, Kyle?
Calvin Ridley, big touchdown.
What are his odds? First, what are his odds?
He's plus
750.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think they're gonna try to run the ball a lot more, and I could see TG3 getting an early touchdown, and I bet his odds are pretty high. So I actually don't dislike that bet.
Who'd you say?
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley. Yeah, it's not that bad. What are his odds right now? 65 or
pretty high. Fairly.
Yeah, 650.
Because that's something Atlanta needs to do is start running the fucking ball so they can run time off the clock and actually win a game. Like
I'll say
pass it. That's all they do.
Zacchaeus. I like Zacchaeus plus 1,400 right now. That's not bad, especially with Julio out. Or I'll go Zacchaeus. That's who I'll pick. What about you, Ryan?
After this, we got to answer Richie's question. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm gonna go Hayden Hurst. He's kind of hasn't fallen in the end zone, I think, this week.
I thought I answered Burrow or Wentz. I said, well, I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Burrow for me. Who would you guys go? Burrow, Wentz?
Burrow.
Yeah, obviously. Burrow.
It's not even that I'm a Steelers fan. Like, that's not factoring in. I just think Burrow has rushing upside, and I'm not a true believer in this Baltimore's defense, and I don't. That's probably the Steeler homer coming out because I hate Baltimore, but really I think that's
I agree.
beatable.
That may be a homer in me too, but I've always thought the same thing. That people talk about the Ravens defense like they're one of the top 3 defenses in the league, and that's just not even close to being true.
Let's go ahead and do the next game here. Who we got? Let's just do that one because we're talking about it. Let's do Cincinnati and Baltimore. Who you got?
First
Kyle, go
touchdown
ahead.
scorer?
First touchdown score. Who you got? And if you have like a favorite, I'm assuming you don't, Kyle, but if Ryan, you do like a favorite player prop, just go ahead and say that too. But Kyle, go ahead.
I'm gonna say if it's Bengals getting the ball first, I could totally see probably Tyler Boyd possible touchdown, or maybe if they run it with Joe Mixon or even a pass. But if Baltimore gets it, I could totally. Somebody I'm waiting to come out though, J.K. Dobbins. I hope Mark Ingram gets hurt so I can start him. No, I'm just kidding. But Mark Ingram is the other guy, just because if it's not Lamar Jackson, it's probably going to be him or Mark Andrews. But if I'm
yes.
putting a bet on anybody, I guess I should answer it that way. If I'm gonna sit here and make a bet, I like my odds with like a T. Higgins or a Tyler or maybe even an AJ Green.
AJ Green.
Ooh, he hasn't done anything, and this is a divisional game. Bengals are trying to do something, so this could be a game where he has a favorable matchup against a washed-up secondary.
Ryan, I'll kick it over to you. Who would you go?
I like T. Higgins.
T.
And then probably his player prop over 42.5 yards as well.
All right, I'll go ahead for my first touchdown score here. I'll go Tyler Boyd. 1,400 right now. I think that's pretty decent. Those are pretty good odds. And then I believe I forget. I didn't have a player prop yet on the video yesterday for this one, but what I would do for the player prop bet, in my opinion, would be I think it was Drew Sample. I think it was like, let me just double check it.
Yeah.
It's like 27 and a half receiving yards. I like the over because he's going to see Patrick Queen, and Patrick Queen has been getting beat. He's a linebacker. He's been covering the tight ends. He's given up, I forget how many yards. It's like over nearly 300 yards receiving this year, so he's getting crushed. So, yes, I like the over on that. Let's go to the next game here. Any other questions? Both players have great upside going forward. I wouldn't say great upside. I think they have upside going forward. I'd imagine this is probably going to fall to more like a maybe a timeshare, but if you like both of them, I mean, sure, I don't. Let's do Kansas City and the Raiders. The Raiders. First touchdown scorer. Who you got, Ryan?
Dude, I have one of my fantasy football like crushes, and even betting crushes, where I just can't get away from this dude, is Mecole Hardman. I just love him for some reason, and so I will pretty much whenever you ask me that question, I'm gonna keep saying Mecole Hardman until it actually is right, and then maybe I'll switch. But for now, that's who it's gonna be. Probably a long shot. I don't have the odds. I can pull up the odds.
So you're saying first touchdown, Mecole Hardman, first touchdown scorer.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you any other like player prop bets that you like for this game?
I'm gonna pull it up.
All right, we'll go ahead, Kyle. What about you?
He's been probably Derek Carr's favorite target so far these last 2 weeks at least. Nelson Aguilar. He's got 490. He's been catching the ball, Ryan. Are you surprised? He's actually been getting some nice catches. He's not bad. Plus 490. I don't dislike that. So, but I mean, it's a divisional game. The Raiders aren't as bad as I thought, so I don't know. I could see it maybe a first-time drive or they get a stop.
I'm gonna get us going on Twitter here. I'm gonna just every time I see somebody ask a question, I'm just gonna post their link to our channel here. Say we're live. So maybe we might get a couple more viewers here. All right, let's go. I'm going to say I believe that Kansas City should probably score first, and if I'm going to go Kansas City, first touchdown scorer.
Say it. Do it.
Who do you think I'm going to say? Clyde?
Pick the quarterback. Pat Mahomes rushing one in.
I'm not going to pick it. I don't like it here.
How crazy would that be?
I'm gonna go. I'll go. It's boring, but I'm gonna go Clyde. I think.
Yeah, that is pretty boring.
I think he'll probably score first.
It's
And
that pick.
player prop bets. Are there any that you like, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's plus, so it's even money plus 100 on Mahomes to have over 2.5 touchdowns thrown or deep passes. That seems a little bit ridiculous, but I like that.
That is a good one.
Let's see. Well, I like Mahomes rushing too. He's usually pretty low for quarterbacks. It takes like 2 scrambles. His is set at 23.5 at like plus 120. I think his last 3 games he just rushed for over that. Last week he kind of made me nervous because he started taking those knees where he like
I know.
takes 4 steps back.
Yeah. Did they give him all those yards? Is it only a yard?
I don't know. He did fall back. I think he ended up with like 28 last week after he had like 30 something. So I think they actually give him multiple yards if he takes those steps back.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the. I'm gonna ask this one right now. So it needs to start 2 here. Robert Woods, CeeDee Lamb, or Darius Slayton.
I just can't start Darius. I haven't been able to bring myself to start Darius Slayton until I actually see their offense look competent. So I would just probably not start. It's a nice matchup. I'm definitely starting Lamb out of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he'd be the first one I'd start, Lamb. And then I understand that this offense, but they've also played Pittsburgh, San Francisco, Chicago, and then who was the last one? The Rams, right? Did they play the Rams?
Yeah,
the Giants played the Rams last week. Yeah. So I mean, it's been tough defenses all 4 games, and this, like I said, if not now, then when? And this Dallas defense has looked terrible. So I think I'd go Slayton. But honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. Just pick. I always tell people go with your gut, right? Go with your gut. Go with your gut, and if you get it wrong, at least you don't have to say, well, you told me to play him. I wanted to play this other person. Just go with your gut then. Just make the decision.
Who was the first one you said before Robert Woods?
Kyle Helfrich.
No, I didn't say anybody over Robert Woods. It was just Woods, Lamb, and Slayton for the 3. Pick 2.
I do like Robert Woods, though, this week, too. So that's really, those 3 are all pretty good starts.
Let's see. Which 3 wide receivers should I start out of? Michael Thomas, Lamb, Juju, Chark, Fuller, Watkins. For me, I go Juju, I would go Lamb, Chark, and Fuller would be my 3 out of those. What about you guys?
I didn't listen.
It's in the chat. Well, I'll read it in case you can't see it. So, Michael Thomas, CeeDee Lamb, Juju, Chark, Fuller, Watkins. Which 3 do you start?
I'm not starting Michael Thomas because I think even if he does play, I really feel like if they end up letting him suit up, it'll be one of those things where they let him play just so he can sit out there as a decoy and not really even like target him that much. That's what I would think. Going off your point earlier where it's like the bye week next week. So, what?
Pat in the background.
Oh, you can Pat.
Yeah.
So,
but
did you ever answer the question?
No, I just said that I was sitting Michael Thomas.
Well, you have to pick. All right. Anyways,
just don't.
3 receivers.
Okay. Well, I'll hold on real quick before you go, Kyle. You can go after this. I just want to answer Hoover because he actually asked before. I didn't see it. 2 flex spots: Debo, Gallup, Kirk, McKinnon. For me, it would be McKinnon and Debo. Go ahead, Kyle.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with Ryan on Michael Thomas. Juju, I don't really want to be a homer about, and I don't know about because I don't know about Ben and how he's going to spread the ball out. So I do really like CeeDee Lamb and I do like Fuller this week a lot. So those are probably the 2 I would start personally. They're both on my fantasy team, so.
Wow, you're such a fantasy team homer.
I am, dude.
Dude, you are.
I love my own team. What are they called? I forget the name.
Who do you start this week? Breeze, or Bridgewater. I think that's easy. For me, Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Who would you go, Ryan?
Bridgewater
or Breeze?
Yeah, I'd go the same Bridgewater.
And
That's my name.
who were you playing? Are you going to play Sanders or Gibson? You'd go Sanders.
Yeah, just because they're with all these people out for the Eagles. Someone needs to touch the ball,
Right.
even if it's in the pass.
Best FanDuel plays this week. CeeDee Lamb for me, 5,900. I don't understand how he's so cheap. Robbie Anderson, I believe he's 60, maybe 62 or 63. I'd have to get it pulled up. I'll get that pulled up. Bridgewater, I just like the Carolina game and Atlanta game because you can stack, you can have so many good stacks in that game. There's so many options, even if you go DJ Moore, but DJ Moore is even more expensive than Robbie Anderson, and Robbie Anderson's been outperforming him. So, why wouldn't you pay down, right? And then I think Ebron's a good play in DFS this week. I think he's going to have a decent game. And then if you're going to pay down, if you want to pay up, George Kittle for me is the obvious choice. I think he's at 7,100, so it's not even that expensive, really, in my opinion. And then for running back, I love the studs. If you can pay down for the receivers, you can get the studs in your lineup, so that's what I'm doing this week.
No way! You see this? Alex Smith is warming up for Washington. Wow, Ryan. You didn't even need to make a bet, dude.
Well, does that mean he's just warming, just prior, going through the warm-ups, though? That doesn't mean...
Yeah,
well, Haskins was inactive, so...
But if backups are going, or if a backup is warming up like a starter, that...
What about you, Brian? Let's hear some of your favorite plays this week in DFS.
DFS is your thing, dude. I don't do DFS anymore. I just sports bet.
All right. Well, no, I said Brian.
Oh.
That's who answered it. Brian Peislars?
Yeah. He comments on your stuff, right? He's a big fan.
Yeah, Peislars?
He is
a
a
weird
big
name.
fan.
That's a
merch coming soon, Peislars. Make sure you he was throwing passes, but is he going in? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think he's. We'll see if Kyle Allen drops the ball and throwing pick sixes. Yeah, I think we'll see him. But my personal opinion, I think Kyle Allen plays decently well this game, and I don't think we see Smith. But hey, you never know. Remember that guy in Buffalo, Nate Peterman? Wasn't that his name? Had 10 NFL passes and 4 of them were pick sixes. Yeah, it could happen with Kyle Allen. Although I think he played last year, didn't he? A couple of times. All right, let's do. Let's answer this. Deebo Samuels or Devontae Parker this week?
Yeah, pretty much.
I like Deebo. I'm like Utah. I think we both seem to have a little bit of we love Deebo. It's just tough because you don't know what capacity when he's going to have that full role or get close to his full role. So I guess until that you could do Devontae Parker. I guess I'd go Devontae Parker, just not knowing how much more involved he'll be than last week. Because last week he didn't play a ton.
Right. Deshaun, Kareem Hunt, CD, and Kittle. Yeah, Deshaun. I do like Deshaun Watson. And Wolfel those are good stacks. And then you can also have on the other side James Robinson, DJ Chark. So that game is also good stacking wise. Kareem Hunt, that's a pretty good play as well. CD, yes. I think CD's just, to me, it makes no sense how he's so cheap. They didn't. I just feel like they didn't address the prices. But this also feels like one of those trap ones where he's probably going to be decently high owned. I'd imagine at least he should be. And then you're going to have one of those, he could throw up a stinker game. But honestly, he's been good this year, so I don't see how you don't. CEH2, yeah. I agree. I'm going right now, my running backs are CEH and Zeke, just because you can pay up, paying down for receiver, and you have good options at the receiver position. All right.
Will Emmanuel Sanders ever get it going in New Orleans? I say, oh, oops, I didn't realize I was muted on the live stream. So I'm answering the question by Matt Doozy. Will Emmanuel Sanders ever get it going in New Orleans? I say no, and he's been dropping a lot of balls that Breeze is throwing to him, and Breeze has been inaccurate as is. So I just don't see them as being a high-flight offense as they used to be. I don't think he's gonna always play bad, but I just don't see him as a guy. Oh, you should consider starting him moving forward.
I mean, he had a decent week last week,
Yeah.
but I think that as soon as Michael Thomas comes back, I think he's not going to be that good.
I already think
be a sneaky
he's been
turn.
pretty inconsistent even without Michael Thomas, so I just don't see it.
Brian, you think so? I don't know. Duke Johnson came back last week, and he actually took a decent amount of snaps away from David Johnson. That's what I'm worried about. I think a sneaky tournament play is going to be – I don't think he's going to be that high owned. It's going to be Antonio Gibson. I just don't think a lot of people are going to play him this week. And I think last week, 18 touches. Now, he didn't have that many snaps, but you know, I think he only played like 33 snaps. So 33 snaps, he touched the ball 18 times. I think last week, we're going into this week, now you have Kyle Allen. Now you're going to switch up the offense a little bit. So I think going forward, he's their best back by far. Definitely looks like it. So I think maybe this is the time where they change it, and he starts to play a lot more snaps, and he's really cheap. So I think he's a good play this week. I like him a lot this week as well in DFS because I think he's only like 5,800 if I'm not. Double check.
All right. Well, it's almost 12:30, so let's do one or two more games and then let's wrap it up.
12:30. I'll be on till 1.
Why?
Can I get off at 12:20?
Yeah, you can get out.
We've already been live for an hour, by the way.
Yeah, this is fun, dude.
I'm having fun.
Not. I just think people are kind of losing interest. I hate to say it.
Well, our friends don't have to stay. We'll get new people. I'm selling this on. Well, go ahead. What game do you want?
For our first live stream, it is really good, though. I think we've done a really good job. What game? I didn't really pick one out, but I feel like there was probably one or two we haven't really spoke about, isn't there? No, I think we've covered just about all of them, honestly. So, any other questions anybody got in the chat? Anybody want to? Okay, we do have another question by Matt Doozy. Might be a stupid question. There's never stupid questions, Matt. Yeah, well, it depends, I guess.
I could
Dallas defense against New York Giants this week. You're going to answer it, Ryan?
No. You said there's never a stupid question. I was going to say I can help with one if you want.
Sure. If you want to answer this question, then you're more than welcome.
I didn't even hear what you
Dallas
said.
defense against New York Giants this week, which really isn't. I mean, Dallas is a bad defense, but the Giants are a bad offense. I don't see them scoring a lot of points. So go ahead if you want to answer that, or Tyler.
Tyler likes Danny Dimes this week.
I do like Danny Dimes.
And I do like Darius Slayton this week.
I think the defense has been in all my leagues that I've added. I don't know if they're available, but Cleveland Browns defense, I think that they're a really good play this week. I don't like Dallas defense. I don't believe in them. They have looked terrible, so I'm out. I know it's Danny Dimes, but they have played a very tough schedule so far, defenses. So I'm out.
Yeah, I'll go look at least on our waiver wire or free agency, what kind of defenses are available. And I'm sure that you could make a better choice.
It's tough because, well, let's do this. Ryan, who do you play, Dallas or the Cardinals defense?
I've actually had the Cardinals a lot.
Do you play the Cardinals?
Yeah.
You're not worried about Flacco? Flacco tearing them up?
No.
You too, Matt. Thanks for stopping by, dude.
Thank you, Matt.
That question, Thanks, Matt. Definitely the Cardinals. I forgot they played the Jets.
Who would you start? James Conner or Jonathan Taylor? Who would you pick?
Jonathan Taylor.
Would you? But James Conner, he's a stud.
I do think if James Conner obviously is fully healthy throughout the entire game, I don't see why not. And after last week, Taylor, I don't know. I just don't know if he's a guy that week to week he's going to give you like 20 points, or if he's going to go like a 10-point week and then 20 points, 10 points. Because last week was pretty disappointing for me.
I agree. He didn't play that many snaps either last week. He lost some snaps.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you just want to call it?
Yeah, there's 2 viewers left in here. Whoever you are, thank you for sticking around. And anybody else who maybe is jumping in as I'm saying this, thank you for watching. And this was fun. We're definitely going to try to do this way more than once a week.
Kyle has an autograph session coming up at Dollar General.
Yes.
In Northeast.
Well, no, Family Dollar.
Family Dollar.
Yeah. It's just there's more room for me to set up my booth.
We should. Did you see in that video I had a product placement, Northeast Family Dental? Yeah, that's who we should get as one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
They do it.
No, the best thing to do is we'll talk about it in a minute, but we definitely want to get some better quality in here. So any suggestions anybody can come up with, follow us on Twitter, tweet at us, tell us that we're cute, and then give us some suggestions.
Agreed. All right. Well, any last questions here? Any final thoughts from you two?
I had nothing.
Steelers are on upset alert.
Oh, you heard it here first. Last thing I'll say is, like you can, sit here, and I see a lot of people on Twitter do this all the time. They're sitting here asking, these fantasy experts, who should I start? Who should I play? Just go with your gut. You know what I'm saying? Go with your gut. Start who you want to start. You can get some insight, but at the end of the day, it's your team. If they pick somebody and the other person goes off and you kind of wanted to play the other person, you'll blame them. Just pick who you want.
Yeah.
Live or die with the results. And that's it.
Don't talk to us about us fucking up. You asked us. We gave you our educated guess.
Slightly educated.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Very educated. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Share. Turn on that bell because we post new videos like every single day. So thank you all and have a great day. And good luck.
Go Birds.
Go Steelers.